She's the queen of pop, the ultimate performer. A billionaire icon whose every step is choreographed to perfection. But behind every powerful woman is someone in the shadows making it all happen. And in Beyoncé's case, that someone is her assistant. You've seen Beyoncé's flawless performances and red carpet looks. But what about the person holding her schedule, adjusting her heels backstage, or managing crisis after crisis at 3 a.m.? This is the world behind the curtain, the intense, demanding, and mysterious life of Beyoncé's assistant. Working for the queen is not for the faint of heart. To be Beyoncé's assistant isn't just about grabbing coffee and managing phone calls. It's about maintaining absolute excellence under relentless pressure. Beyoncé's brand is built on perfection. Her performances are seamless, her image is untouchable, and her moves on and off stage are curated with laser precision. For her assistant, that means every day is a test. A missed call, a forgotten charger, or a poorly timed moment could mean being left behind. Former staffers, most of whom never speak on record due to strict NDAs, say that working for Beyoncé is like being on a military-grade operation wrapped in velvet. You have to be 10 steps ahead at all times, because Beyoncé doesn't make room for chaos. She expects her world to run like a symphony. If you're part of that orchestra, you better hit every note. Schedules built to the minute, then changed at the last second. Beyoncé's schedule is one of the most guarded and fluid documents in the entertainment industry. Her assistant often wakes up before sunrise, reviewing itineraries, syncing with travel teams, stylists, and security, all before Beyoncé even begins her day. But here's the kicker, the schedule can change at a moment's notice. A surprise meeting with a brand partner, a last-minute studio session with a major producer, or even a sudden decision to fly to Paris, her assistant is expected to execute flawlessly. There's no room for excuses. You adapt. You improvise. You make it happen. Whether it's a red-eye flight or a quick wardrobe adjustment in a moving vehicle, Beyoncé's assistant has to make it look effortless. Privacy is sacred, and the rules are unbreakable. Beyoncé's world is guarded like Fort Knox. She rarely gives interviews, never comments on gossip, and only allows cameras when she controls the narrative. That means anyone in her inner circle, especially her assistant, must be fiercely loyal and absolutely silent. Assistants sign ironclad NDAs that bar them from sharing anything, not just about Beyoncé, but about anything they might see, hear, or witness in her orbit. That includes celebrity guests, family moments, and even how she likes her snacks organized on tour. One former crew member whispered that Beyoncé's assistant once spent hours learning how to pre-chill hot sauce bottles to just the right temperature for her dressing room. Not because she asked, but because they anticipated she might. That's the level of loyalty and discretion expected. Behind every look is a battle. Beyoncé is known for her show-stopping fashion, from iconic Met Gala gowns to unforgettable Coachella fits. But behind every flawless look is chaos, sweat, and coordination. And Beyoncé's assistant is often right in the middle of it. Fashion emergencies can happen anywhere, zippers break, customs hold shipments, or a last-minute venue switch messes up outfit logistics. Her assistant is the glue between stylists, designers, and stage managers. There are stories of assistants hand-delivering outfits across continents, steaming gowns in airport bathrooms, or sprinting through unfamiliar cities just to get the right jewelry piece on time. For the world, it's a fashion moment. For her assistant, it's the climax of a crisis that started at 4 a.m. Travel at the speed of Beyoncé. Being Beyoncé's assistant means living life on a jet, in a van, and in backstage corridors you'll never see on camera. Tour life is brutal. Time zones blur. Days off disappear. Your passport fills faster than your inbox empties. When Beyoncé's on tour, her assistant is expected to manage not just her logistics, but their own mental and physical well-being while running full speed in high heels or dress shoes. Missed flights, hotel chaos, and border control headaches are real. One assistant reportedly memorized the food preferences of multiple airport customs agents across Europe just to make sure things moved smoothly. But through it all, the assistant has to stay calm, hydrated, alert, and smiling. Because the show doesn't stop, and neither does Beyoncé. Family comes first, but only if you understand the assignment. Beyoncé is incredibly protective of her family. From Blue Ivy's stage appearances to Sir and Rumi's total privacy, her assistant must know where the boundary lines are and never cross them. Some insiders say there are unspoken rules. You don't take personal calls when you're with the family. You don't comment on anything unless spoken to. And you don't bring energy that disrupts the balance Beyoncé carefully curates for her loved ones. The assistant doesn't just serve Beyoncé, they serve the entire brand, which includes Jay-Z, Tina Knowles, and the three Carter kids. That means remembering birthdays, anticipating moods, and sometimes being the quiet calm when the world is storming. Crisis Management 101. Stay invisible, be invaluable. What happens when something goes wrong, a major outfit malfunction, an angry sponsor, or a social media storm? Beyoncé never panics, and neither can her assistant. The assistant is Beyoncé's emotional thermostat. They're the first person she sees when she steps off stage and the last person she speaks to before going to bed on tour. If there's a problem, they solve it. Fast, quietly, and without drama. You don't yell. You don't crack. You find solutions. Whether it's tracking down a missing hard drive with unreleased music or calming down a designer who didn't get enough photo credit, Beyoncé's assistant fixes things before Beyoncé even knows they were broken. Beyoncé is kind, but she expects excellence. People who've worked closely with Beyoncé say she's kind, polite, and even warm. But don't mistake her kindness for leniency. She runs a billion-dollar empire with military precision. And if you're not meeting the standard, you won't last. Her assistant isn't expected to be perfect, but they are expected to learn quickly. Beyoncé reportedly never yells or belittles, but when she's disappointed, the silence speaks volumes. Her facial expressions are enough to make someone rethink their career choices. That's why her assistant is often one of the sharpest, most intuitive people on her team. They know how to read the room, anticipate needs, and disappear at just the right moment. Social media? Not while you're on the clock. Beyoncé doesn't play with leaks, spoilers, or surprises. If you're on her team, you are expected to vanish from the internet. Assistants must either deactivate social accounts or keep them private with zero traces of their work life. No selfies with Beyoncé. No posts from her private jet. No vague, humble brags about working with an icon. Her assistant operates in total discretion. It's not about hiding. It's about maintaining mystique. Beyoncé is the last great celebrity who still holds on to mystery in a world obsessed with oversharing. Her assistant? They're the silent guardian of that mystery. Behind every legend is a human machine. Beyoncé might be the icon we see on stage, but behind the scenes, it's her assistant and an elite team who make the magic possible. They don't get awards. They don't get Instagram shout-outs, but they carry the weight of a queen's empire on their shoulders every single day. And while the world continues to chant her name, her assistant works quietly in the background, fixing, adjusting, calming, building. They are the heartbeat of Beyoncé's flawless rhythm. If this behind-the-scenes deep dive into the secret life of Beyoncé's assistant opened your eyes to the hidden intensity behind the glam, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more celebrity deep dives, industry secrets, and untold stories that remind us all. Even perfection has a team behind it.